Yes, folks, I know NFTs are in a pretty rough spot right now with the price of Solana headed down rapidly and a lot of people papering their projects. But let's not get fooled, guys. This is, in my opinion, one of the best buying times there ever has been for Solana NFTs. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys 4 projects I think are on sale right now that I really do like. That being said, make sure to drop a like if you guys are new and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So the first project I wanted to show you guys here is one called Mecha Gorillas, which I've been interested in for a very long time here, with 88% staked here under the Mecha Gorillas and 90% staked under Mecha Chimps. They also have a deflationary reward token here, the Mech token, and a game coming later this year. But what I like particularly about this project, which as you guys can see here has these 2 collections, is that right now there is a brand new feature coming to Mecha Gorillas. So Mecha Gorillas right now have a floor of roughly 1 Solana, but you notice as you scroll down and take a look at some of them, they are animated. They are bouncing here, and for the animated projects here, the ones that are animated like this actually will be getting access to a sniper bot coming very soon. So they talk a little bit about this over on their Twitter, but essentially the animated Mecha Gorillas NFT is your access ticket for their Solana NFT sniper bot, which I absolutely love. I definitely do think this could over time help the overall valuation of Mecha Gorillas, and of course you could get that right now for 4 Solana at the floor for an animated version. So definitely not a bad idea at all if you are someone who is interested in perhaps being able to snipe some Solana NFTs in the future. And aside from that, guys, I love the artwork, love the designs, and again, definitely a classic of the staking sort of era of Solana that has held on very well. You guys know a lot of those staking projects come and go, but Mecha Gorillas and Mecha Chimps honestly has held on very well without being, in the spot where their token is rapidly losing value and people are jumping ship. We're not seeing that here with Mecha Gorillas. We are seeing a natural market correction like we would with anything else, and that to me is why I like this project so much. There is quality art, quality team who over time is building a lot of different stuff here from their roadmap. They're actually executing on what they plans to create, and that to me is what represents a quality project. But before we go any further, guys, let's talk a little bit about my Patreon. I have worked tirelessly to make this the best NFT group out there. By joining my Patreon, you guys get literally an insane amount of content. You'll get a custom Discord role, direct access to me in a DM, full access to Matt's NFT dojo, crypto and altcoin trade signals, access to my exclusive NFT watch list, whitelist opportunities, priority access to my live streams, and so much more. To be honest with you guys, I think it's a steal for only $10 a month. And of course, if you guys would like to talk to me over voice in a voice call, you guys could always join the Emerald and above tier, which has that offered. Currently, there are hundreds of people joining the Patreon every month, and they absolutely love it. Link down below in the description. The next project I wanted to show you guys here is Tombstoned High Society, which I think a lot of people may remember from Twitter, from Discord, and I think a little bit of steam has run away from this project at the moment, but I certainly do think they could have a nice run here in the future. So you guys will notice still a generally low amount listed. This isn't a terribly high amount listed, and if you take a look at the floor price, man, it's nothing particularly terrible. The activity here is still pretty good. If you look at the amount of people buying and selling this per day, I mean, there is a massive amount of people still trading the Tombstoned High Society project, and you look at their Twitter, man, it is huge. The community is still very active. There are still a lot of people here who are involved in this. Apparently they're doing an airdrop here with this ancient skull in their wallets. So definitely some of the craziest communities here over on Twitter that are actually involved in the Tombstoned High Society. And of course, on top of that, I do like the artwork. They have a token here, so definitely an awful lot going for these guys that I do like, and I think a lot of people like as well. The next project I wanted to talk about here is SolGods, which to be honest is not experiencing as bad of a dip right now with the price of Solana as I think a lot of other projects are. The floor here is 38, which is still a lot of money, but definitely not as bad as a lot of other projects out there. And this is quality, man. This is quality art. Only 173 listed, which I definitely like. And again, this is based off of a real artist, Giorgio de Chirico, who is the real artist that was, around 100 years ago, who basically created artwork that was similar in design, and that's kind of what influenced the creation of this NFT. But to be honest, this is something really cool. They're creepy, they're mysterious, and definitely quality and unique in design. That's why I'm a SolGods fan. I don't own one of these at the moment, but I'm looking at it. I'm really thinking about it, especially with a floor right now that is lower than it was a little while ago. So, of course, you guys will see they are constantly updating their Twitter. A lot of people here who are still, sort of interested in following this project. So, definitely, just like with Tombstoned High Society, you have a profile picture project here that happens to be very good with quality artwork and a strong community. And we've been seeing recently that sometimes that's all it takes. While roadmaps are great, sometimes projects don't need a roadmap. And SolGods, looks to have done some pretty cool things without doing anything particularly extensive. And if you take a look, of course, you could see on their website here, this is the fractured.art, which is the artwork, of course, of SolGods. They talk a little bit about, their project and whatnot here, and show some samples of what the artwork was designed off of. So definitely a lot of cool stuff going on here with SolGods that I definitely think is definitely more quality over quantity. And the final project here, folks, is Thugbirdz, which, my goodness, is at a floor of 17.5 right now. Now, this is definitely a gamble. It's hard to say whether or not Thugbirdz will be back at the 100 Solana floor that they were probably a few months ago, but regardless, this might be worth risking because Thugbirdz has been considered for the longest time to be one of the only blue chip projects on Solana, one of the only projects that will be here forever. At least that's what people had thought for a while. Now, Thugbirdz at the moment, again, the floor is definitely down from where it was, but you'll notice not a whole lot listed, a lot of unique holders, however, and you'll still see these guys floating around on Twitter sometimes. You will still see these guys, they're not nearly as popular as they once were, and if you look at, the floor price at one point, man, it was massive, 198 floor for Thugbirdz at one point, so definitely quite a fall from grace, I would say, but regardless, definitely still looking at, potentially picking one of these up. The activity isn't huge, but again, most people don't list these all that much. They kind of buy and hold. You look at their Twitter, they're still showing up every day. They are still showing up every day and talking about their project and getting people involved, of course. And, I still think that this project is probably going to have another run at some point. I still think more people will eventually in the future get involved in Thugbirdz, and we can see this pump to 30 or 50. So, if you're looking for a long-term investment in Solana, I would say in a year from now, Thugbirdz will at some point have a run up to at least 30 again. So definitely, in my opinion, not a bad option if you are looking to get involved in a blue chip that is definitely going through some hard times, but perhaps may have another good run in the future. So that being said, folks, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let me know, of course, guys, down below in the comments, which of these projects did you guys like the most? Of course, a massive shout out to MekaGorillaz and MekaChimps for working with me on today's video. I really do appreciate it, and I've been a fan of their project for a long time. So with that being said, my name is Matt, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.